Hi, Gemini. My name is Audrey Allison. Thank you for joining me for your June 2016 forecast for the month, and happy birthday. Happy solar return. I'm excited to be here. If you're new to the channel, thank you for viewing and thank you for your subscription. And for my loyal viewers, I really appreciate your support. Thank you as well for your subscription and for watching me every month. Let's start the month, Gemmy, because it's all about you. Our new moon on the 4th of June is at 14 degrees of Gemini in your first house of self and body. Amazing. This is your new moon of the year. Set your intentions on the 4th for what you want to manifest the entire year. Write them down. Hone in on the details of the descriptiveness of what it is you'd love to achieve, and write it as if you've already achieved it. Be thankful for it, that it already exists in your life, and try not to come from a place of lack. Write it as if it is already so, and that will even draw it in even stronger. I'm saying write so much because you rule communication sector on the solar wheel, and Mercury on the 12th is entering Gemini as well, your ruling planet. It's the first house for you, but having your ruling planet there, it enhances the speech. It's enhancing the writing, the analysis, the review, the intellect, the mind, the discussion. And Mercury is there through the 29th of June. So it's all about your first house. The new moon taking place there is very strong for all Geminis, and please watch your ascendant sign as well for the transits and aspects I'm going over. On the 12th, I said Mercury enters your sign. He is now direct. He officially clears his shadow on June 7th, but he is direct the entire month of June. And Venus makes a transit on the 17th into the sign of Cancer. So Venus is with you at the top of the month until the 17th, conjunct Mercury, the new moon energy as well. So this is absolutely everything Gemmy, very fabulous. Venus has you looking your best. Now that she's entering Cancer, she's entering into the money sector on the 17th of June through the 12th. So this is about attracting the finances, bringing in the money, harmony, balance in the possessions, and double money, because Venus is money just as much as she is love. And in the money sector, there's a lot of prosperity to happen in this area for you through the 12th. And on that same day, there's an aspect on the 17th with our retrograde Saturn in Sagittarius in your 7th house, your polar opposite sign, which is squaring up to Neptune in the 10th house of career in Pisces. So the 17th is not a day, and this is a day of discord, so it's not harmonious. The square is 90-degree energy away from each other. In the Saturn review of limitations in the partnership sector, mixed with the nebulous, non-clear, without clarity, energy of Pisces and Neptune, this is not a day to combine your relationship with your career. If you're propositioned with going into a partnership, business partnership with somebody to elevate the career, I think you should wait on making this decision, because the 17th is a very restrictive day. It's an uncomfortable day, which could lead to the change, that the realignment of Saturn in the relationship sector. It's not a day to commit to partnerships with the people you are involved with romantically. Because 3 days later, after this, the square occurs the whole month, but it's pinpointed exactly on the 17th at 12 degrees. So 3 days later on the 20th, the full moon exists in Sagittarius at 29 degrees in the relationship sector that it just got finished squaring. So there could be an ending happening here for Geminis in relationships that they're not happy with, in marriages that they're not happy with. If you're happy, then this isn't a problem. But there's also something that needs to be seen here in the relationship. And if you're not in one, it could be applied to the business partnership area or the area of significant others in your life. But this is the second full moon that we're having in Sagittarius. We had one at 1 degree in May. Now it's the 29 degree. This double ending in the seventh house of relationships. It could have seen that last month you tried to end something around the time of the full moon, and now this month you're solidifying that ending around the 20th, just in time for the summer solstice. On June 20th, the sun entering Cancer in the second house, conjunct Venus. Great, great energy for money, Gemini. The sun conjunct Venus in the money sector. It's harmonious. There's a lot of balance to the budget. You know exactly where every penny is. And it shines. There's a great promotional energy with the sun, the authority in the financial sector. On the 26th, this is a harmonious day. We're having our Earth trine between Jupiter in Virgo in your fourth house of home, trining Pluto in Capricorn at an exact 16 degrees in the eighth house of intimacy or shared resources. By the end of the month, when the moon moves into Taurus, it ignites the grand Earth trine. So on the 30th of June, we're having the grand Earth trine, which is really affecting the quiet houses for you, Gemmy. This is about, the 4th, 8th, and 12th house. Psychic ability, the house of mystery, the house of rest, the house of home, environment, investors, investments. You could see this trine elevate some of your shared resources as well. Mars goes direct on the 29th of June at 23 degrees of Scorpio in the 6th house of health. Amazing. So Mars is energy, stamina, physicality, physical energy, and aggression and heat. But this going into the health sector, now it is time for Gemini to get back on track with the health routine, the diet. There's stamina to work out, physical trainers, personal trainers. Sex becomes a part of the health routine, and also the sex organs and the sexual organs and the fertility organs could be checked on now physically, or getting your annual checkups for that is something that could be important to do, and also effortless to do now that Mars is direct and governs those areas. And in the sixth house of health, I feel like that could apply. Although I know the eighth house rules sex itself and the organs physically, but Mars is that physical sexuality. So I'm applying it to the sixth house when he's direct. So let's get to the cards. The Alchemical deck by Robert M. Place is what I am using. I use this mostly. This is my go-to deck, but I like to switch it up sometimes. I like to keep people on their toes. Can't give them everything they expect. So let's see what happens with Gemini for June, your birthday month. And if you'd like to read with me, I read all through the week. You can book your appointment at audreyallison.com. You can purchase your reading there, and I'll schedule with you via email. I'll get back to you in a few days. I hear little birdies getting ready for their forecast. I think most birds are Geminis. Okay. Four of Coins, saving the money, security, financial resources, putting money away. Second house, conjunct the Sun and Venus, possessions. Also, the Jupiter trine Pluto in the eighth house of shared resources. Gemini is elevating financially, and there's a time to save and a time to spend. And in the summer months, your savings are going to pick up. Love this card. This is the only reading this card's come up so far. And I keep track in my mind. I don't know how, but the Three of Wands. This is travel. It's the ship crossing the seas, long distance travel, movement, action, now that Mars is direct. The ninth house and the third house are not, local travel and foreign travel aren't heightened as much in the astrological forecast, but it's summertime. There's opportunity here for this. Let's see what else comes up. You have a few cards. Six of Wands. This is also a new card that I haven't pulled in the forecast yet. Victory, accomplishment, promotion, being acknowledged for your work and effort. Mars direct is important here in the sixth house. Oh, and the Six of Wands, too. Six of Wands. So the acknowledgement, the energy behind the sixth house of work and endeavors, the routine is acknowledged. King of Fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Gemini, your polar opposite is a Sagittarian, so you love them. You love fire signs anyway. You sextile Leo and Aries, so you're not mad at a fire sign. This is the master of feelings. There could be a fire sign male around you that's extremely interested or giving you accolades, gifts, and travel. Look at all the fire at the bottom. And there's one more card. Ooh, well, speaking of fire, El Diablo. Now, the devil is about restriction. The devil is Capricorn's energy. Saturn rules Capricorn. Saturn is restriction. The devil is restriction, what you are bound to. And in that is the seventh house. So your relationship with this individual might feel confined. And you might want to break free a little bit. I think you'll have the resources to do so. You could have a little extra to take a trip, a little extra to go away. But if someone is trying to convince you that you're so great, giving a lot of compliments, a lot of accolades, the master of their feelings, someone's expressing all this stuff to you. But as much as they do that, are they trying to take something away from you just as much? Actions speak louder than words. I hate to be so cliche, but speaking of action, there's all this fire, which is action. And look at what's coming out of this little guy's dragon's mouth. Fire. With all this action, actions speak louder than words. And you see how that dragon's spewing fire like he's talking? He's talking his action. It's interesting because I would never say that when looking at this card, but I'm being given that cliche to say. But it's true. If someone's talking a good game, make sure they're playing the game just as well as they're talking about it. You're going to have some reprieve, Gemini, for travel, relaxation. So I'm not worried about where you're headed. I think the influence around you might be trying to restrict you some in the relationship sector or business partnership sector, but it's not that you are actually restricted. It's coming from others, so keep that in mind too. I hope this was helpful, Gemmy. I'm wishing you a sweet June. Happy birthday, and remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.